When I first traveled to Sri Lanka, it was in the midst of a brutal war that lasted nearly 30 years. I've developed close friendships, knowing and developing close relationships with people who lost loved ones. It was painful for me to witness their suffering. I wanted to understand better why is all this happening. Also, my own personal experiences. There were times where I walked past bombings in which people had died. So I immersed myself reading all kinds of articles and books and watching documentaries, and I had innumerable conversations with friends or people, even while traveling by train through Sri Lanka. I spent time with former cadres of the LTTE, Liberation Tiger Tamil Eelam, the rebel army, and in-depth conversations with former senior commanders. At the end of the war, I was in the United States. The Sri Lankan army was closing in on the Tamil Tigers. And I had this horrible feeling, a sense that something really bad was going to happen. All these people were being pushed into an ever smaller space. And the Sri Lankan military was raining bombs and artillery. There are varying estimates. The United Nations, about 30,000 died. The international crisis, as many as 70,000 civilians and rebel combatants were executed by the Sri Lankan military. So I joined in with the Tamil diaspora and we're using social media, especially Twitter, to flood the internet with photos, video footage, desperately trying to get the attention of the United States, the government in the UK, Australia, Germany, the United Nations, to get them to intervene. As a result of the pressure put on the Sri Lankan government, the mass killing, torture, disappearances, systematic rape, these gross human rights abuses diminished tremendously as a result of our collective efforts. Because of my commitment to understanding this conflict and my concern for those involved, I developed this in-depth understanding of the war and its lasting impact on the people of Sri Lanka. It's highly unlikely that the war in Sri Lanka has any impact on you. There are issues that do concern you. So what I'm getting at is the importance, those issues that personally affect you, that matter to you, whatever they may be, I would encourage you to learn and to strive to understand in depth